Yesterday, on October 4th, FEMA sent out a nationwide emergency test of their alert system across all devices, which was that obnoxious beep, beep, beep that you definitely received on your phone, and it probably startled you, made you tinkle your pants a little bit. At least that's what it did to me, because I forgot about it, but I thought that would be the end of the situation. I'd have to swap off the alert while I was panicking and fiddling with my phone, and that'd be the end of the situation. But no, United States citizens are so bafflingly stupid that they turned this into a controversy and even created some wacky conspiracy theories to go along with it. So that is what I'm talking about today. So I followed the breadcrumb trail and it takes me to this person, this tweet right here, which appears to be the patient zero for this stupid conspiracy nonsense regarding the emergency test alert situation. And they tweeted out saying, "Turn off your cell phones on October 4th. The EBS is going to test the system using 5G. This will activate the Marburg virus in people who have been vaccinated and sadly turn some of them into zombies." So that is the leading theory regarding this test system. They think that the test is going to somehow activate something in your blood that you received when you got vaccinated for COVID, and it's going to turn you into a zombie. I know it sounds crazy, because it absolutely is. This is just some absolutely unhinged stuff right here. It's baffling to me how people think they're so special that the government would want to inject them with viruses like this, put things into their blood that they could turn them into like sleeper agents and then activate them and make them become zombies. Like, you're not special enough to be turned into a zombie, lady. I don't think the government cares enough to want to control you. And of course, this post got fact-checked all to hell, but of course, facts will not change a person's mind like this whatsoever. When someone is this stupid, no amount of evidence will ever change their mind. They are so deluded and so delusional in their beliefs that you could literally show them a dictionary's worth of evidence that what they said is false, and they'll still not believe it. But then someone replied to that tweet with a different situation that spawned off of this and said that a Reddit user claimed his landlord announced that he is going to turn the power off for hours in his building on October 4th. Why? Because his landlord believes in this insane anti-vaxxer 5G conspiracy theory about how the emergency alert test tomorrow will turn us all into zombies. So yes, somehow they're putting a creative twist on this emergency alert situation, and they're somehow connecting it back with anti-vaxxing and 5G all in one mega conspiracy. So this is all now an anti-vaxxing 5G emergency alert test system conspiracy theory. It's a mouthful. That's what she said. But let's go ahead and look at these screenshots. Gary is the landlord's name. He said, "Everyone, not sure if you have heard, there will be an emergency broadcast system this Wednesday at 2:20 EST. It seems most don't know. I have been following this for the last few weeks, and the concern has been brewing about it. I was going to text everyone about it today, thinking to just suggest avoiding all communication devices, cell phone, computer, TV, and radio, for everyone, especially the COVID vaxxed, for reasons I can't get into in this message, but I'm happy to elaborate with links for any part you may be wondering about. I would personally love nothing more than to receive these links he's talking about to elaborate on his anti-vax beliefs, thinking this is going to turn you into a zombie. Dear God, I want to see the website he links me to. But now, I'm also learning that even most newer appliances may be at risk. Some may cause fires or fry the appliance, etc. Guarantee everyone in their lease of notification that we intend to enter your apartment and shut off your power for this time frame between 1:30 and 2 p.m. Then we return the power after 4 p.m. Frozen items should be fine if you leave the freezer closed. It's all a solid block of ice, keeping it nice and cold in there. No worries. It will be daylight, so no need for lights, etc. It is also recommended that you inform others of this situation. For the vaxxed, it may even be potentially fatal. We apologize for any inconvenience. Good thing it's only for a short 2 hours. If you were here, I highly recommend you not just turn the power off with your cell phone, but turn Wi-Fi and cell reception off." Jesus Christ. Sorry for any inconvenience, but I'm shutting off the power because I'm a anti-5G, anti-vax, anti-emergency alert system conspiracy theorist. And now, since we're a day after this test, it's currently 12:51 p.m. on the 5th of October, and I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, I can confirm that nobody has turned into a zombie. They were unfortunately wrong. It looks like maybe next year or next 3 years from now when they do the next test, maybe that's when they'll actually activate the zombie virus. But as of right now, no one has turned into a zombie. Unfortunately, I think it would be really cool if they started a zombie apocalypse from this emergency test system. I think that would be neat. It would probably make the world interesting. It'd spice things up a bit. I wouldn't have to work anymore. I'd have to fight for my life, but at least I wouldn't have to go to my job, you know? And if you go to the original post on Reddit here, it's from the user games are real. No, Jesus Christ, it's so hard to read stuff when there's not like spaces in a name. But he replied to someone saying this guy's a whack job and said he's gotten into fights in my kitchen with one of his technicians the month after I moved in and texts me random tinfoil hat stuff all the time. I chose to ignore it, but now he is beginning to overstep boundaries. Dear God, man, how unlucky can you be to get stuck with a landlord who is as crazy as this guy? It's so baffling to me how we're in the year 2023 and so many people choose to remain living like our primitive ancestors who didn't have forms of language, didn't have any clothing, and just banged sticks on rocks and grunted all day. They're living with the same amount of intellect that those Neanderthals had, and we currently have more access to more information than we've ever had in human history. All the information is at your fingertips, and you choose to remain ignorant. You choose to remain just believing in such false narratives. It takes 2 seconds to fact check anything, and you're choosing to believe over just it being an emergency test for them to test emergency warnings if there was some like catastrophic event to happen so they could let everybody know to, you know, get a heads up on it. You think that it's more plausible that they're trying to activate some sleeper disease they put in your blood when you got COVID vaxxed, and they're going to activate that and turn you into a zombie. That is more plausible in these people's heads than it just being a random test that they have to do every once in a while. That is just crazy to think that people are still living in the Middle Ages in their head. It's baffling, honestly. It's so insanely crazy, man. But if you take a little gander at this person's Twitter profile, dear God, and you scroll down a little bit, they did put out another tweet 5 days previous about this October 4th situation. They said October 4th they're going to use 5G FRM cell phone towers to cause dormant pathogens that were in the vaccines to become active in our bodies. Marburg is closely related to Ebola. The deletion of the IP36 gene, side effect of the Pfizer vaccine, will turn these people into zombies. I'll tell you one thing, these conspiracy theorists are creative. We got to give them that. You got to give them credit. At least they're creative. So that's pretty much it for this situation. Unfortunately, we didn't actually experience a zombie apocalypse. The sleeper viruses didn't get activated in everybody's blood who got vaccinated and turn us all into the Walking Dead. Sadly, that didn't happen. I was really rooting for it. I was looking forward to it happening, but sadly, we're going to have to wait until the government comes up with some new elaborate scheme to make us all turn into zombies. But I'll catch you in the next one.